I remember a period of time where I saw people work out and I would judge them. I'd be like, oh, that guy's form is bad, or he's doing too much volume, or he's not, squeezing the right way, whatever. And then I learned more, and then learned that thing that I was seeing some guy do actually was more effective, and my thing was not as effective. And then a few years passed, and then I learned that the original thing that I said was actually the thing that mattered. And then I learned even more, and it was like, oh, so all of these things have different rates of progress based on quote efficacy, but all of us eventually cap out at our genetic max. And so all we're really debating here is how quickly we reach our genetic max. And if I enjoy training, wouldn't I rather have longer progress over an extended period of time? So then which one is better?
I absolutely love this clip from Hormozi where he's talking about how essentially pretty much everything works in the gym once you give it a long enough period of time and you're applying a few very important principles. The reality is a lot of people will put off starting in the gym, or they'll have issues with training consistently because they're always feeling as if they need to do things perfectly or follow the most optimal training split. Once you're staying consistent over the long term and you're applying things like progressive overload in your training, you are going to make gains regardless of you training 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, doing machines, doing barbells, or whatever. Most of the major training variables that we're using within our training are going to be like volume, intensity, and frequency. And most of these operate on a dose response effect, where the more we do, the more returns we potentially get, versus being an on or off switch where we have to meet a certain threshold before things start becoming effective. Is there going to be different rates of progress depending on what you're going to do? Yes. However, if you train 3 days a week, you might progress a little bit slower than somebody doing 5 days a week. They're just doing a little bit more training volume than you, but you're still going to make progress. Would having more variety in your program or having access to better equipment make a big difference to your physique? Potentially, but a lot of people have still grown really, really well from using the basics. So you can put the search for the perfect program to the side and optimize for things like consistency, progression, enjoyment, and your schedule. Because if you can do those, you are going to make gains over the long term. If you chase perfection, you might never end up starting.